Patterns don't match any known vehicle.
Welcome to the Edible Files, where we ruin all the nice things you like to eat. Imagine walking into a dark, completely silent fast food restaurant in the middle of a freezing winter night. On January 8, 1993, police officers in the quiet town of Palatine, Illinois, entered a Brown's Chicken and Pasta restaurant. The families of the workers were terrified because nobody had returned home after closing time. Inside, the officers found an absolute nightmare. The main dining room was completely empty, but the walk-in cooler doors were shut tight. Opening them, investigators discovered the bodies of 7 victims, including the restaurant owners and 5 teenage employees. They had all been executed during a closing time robbery. A massive task force of local police, state police, and the FBI immediately swarmed the building. They vacuumed the floors for hair fibers and combed the parking lot for tire tracks. But the scene was a total dead end. The killers had meticulously wiped down the counters and vanished into the night. With 0 eyewitnesses, no fingerprints, and no weapons left behind.
I don't know. I've looked at it 1,000 times.
The investigation stalled on day 1. The killers had pulled off what appeared to be the perfect getaway.
Details of this breaking story are still unfolding,
leaving the entire community living in total terror. As the months turned into years, the trail went completely cold. The task force was downsized, the case files were boxed away, and the demolished building was cleared away. A decade passed by. The killers were out walking the streets, completely convinced they had gotten away with a mass murder. Investigators knew that their only hope lay inside the locked room of a station's primary evidence locker. During the initial sweep of the crime scene back in 1993, the forensic team had carefully collected numerous ordinary items from the kitchen trash cans. Among the discarded wrappers was a specific item that the team chose to preserve in a sub-zero forensic freezer. Although DNA profiling existed in 1993, the available technology was far less sensitive than the methods developed later in the decade. The breakthrough finally came in March 2002. 9 full years after the massacre, a woman walked into a police station and dropped an absolute bombshell. She told detectives that her ex-boyfriend had confessed to her on the night of the crime that an old high school friend had wiped out the restaurant. Police immediately tracked down the friend and hauled him into an interrogation room. The suspect sat under the bright lights, completely calm, flatly denying the crime. He knew that after 9 years, there was 0 physical evidence connecting him to a demolished building. The suspect believed he was about to walk out the door a free man. But behind the scenes, analysis opened the sub-zero evidence freezer and pulled out a single plastic evidence bag. Inside the open bag was a preserved piece of fried chicken with only 1 bite taken out of it. Technicians used brand new modern genetic evidence to pull a flawless profile of human saliva right off the bone. They took a swab from the suspect's mouth and ran the composition. When the digital machine finished the scan, the shocking truth completely blew the case wide open.
The evidence profile matches.
You're certain?
The suspect was Juan Luna, a 22-year-old former employee of that exact restaurant.
Vamos.
Because Juan Luna believed that wiping down the counters made him invisible, he never realized that his own hunger would become the ultimate downfall. The saliva extracted from that single frozen piece of chicken was a perfect match to his DNA. When confronted with the bulletproof DNA match, Juan Luna's confidence completely shattered.
I did it.
He realized the game was over and broke down, giving a full confession to the detectives.
Court finds the defendant guilty.
Juan Luna and his accomplice were found 100% guilty and sentenced to spend the rest of their natural lives behind bars without any choice of parole. True story. YouTube thought you might like this next suggested video. Subscribe!